Okay, so I have figured out how to beat the Trial of One every single time you have to do it. It took me a long time. I had to do the trial over and over again, but with enough attempts and some YouTube videos showing me what else to do, I can now confidently say that I can show you how to do it too. So, a few tips for people who are maybe new to the game or new to the Trial of One. If you haven't fought any of these enemies before, you need to know that after you parry or dodge, it's recommended to only swing twice. Do not try to swing more than 2 times. Another thing is to not overthink what you're doing. Do not overthink what you're fighting, what they're gonna do. Just wait and react, especially for the parry checks in the last trial. So to begin, the first trial is parry checks. It's gonna start out pretty slow. Parry it. If you don't know how to parry, there's probably a YouTube video showing how, but in all honesty, a YouTube video is not going to teach you. Next, it's going to become faster. Just parry a little quicker, you'll be fine. Now the last one, you probably won't be able to time your parries, so just spam F at a decent pace and you should be able to block most of it. Next is the Sharko. The Sharko has 5 attack patterns, I believe, that it can do. It can swing on you, it can kick, it can double swing, it can swing and kick, and then it spits at you. You can parry all of it except for the kick. Don't try to parry the kick, dodge it. After you parry or dodge, swing it twice and only twice and you'll be able to beat it. You can afford to take a few hits from the swings, but just make sure that you are not getting hit by the kick. The kick not only does more damage than the swing, it also launches you. Next is the Golem. The Golem also has 5 moves. It has a stomp, an uppercut, a slam, a spinning move, and a laser. You cannot parry the uppercut or the laser. The laser might take some time to learn the timing of it, but after doing it a few times, you'll learn it. You can also block the move where it spins, but you probably shouldn't. Just run away. You can see I'm doing it here, but that's because I've done the trial like, I don't know, 30 times at this point. I've done it quite a lot. I'm pretty bad at the game. I die a lot. So I've learned how to block it, but I don't recommend that if you don't know how to do it to try, just don't bother. Next is the Thresher. You can see him dig under the ground right here, and you see that I dodged it. I knew to dodge it because there's a red alert that'll tell you when it's gonna reappear. When that red alert appears, dodge and you should be fine. Its other moves consist of 3 bites, 2 swings, and a tail whip. I don't recommend trying to parry the tail whip because it's awkwardly timed, so unless you know its specific timing, you're probably not going to get it. With the 3 bites and the 2 swings, you should be able to parry it just fine. You can afford to take some damage, but try not to get hit by the tail whip or the move where it digs. Now you have 2 angels. If you see here, I'm standing right next to the spawn platform because if you stand here on the side that's closer to the entrance, you'll be behind them when they appear. Once you see them appear, you can start swinging and you'll get some free hits or maybe kill one. If you down one and you can light it on fire, do that because when it dies, the other one despawns. Now, this entire fight is basically a parry battle other than the one move where it jumps up into the air and shoots things at you. You can parry all of those, so you don't need to worry about being block broken unless you fail the parry. Now you have the Enforcer. The entire fight is pretty much a parry battle also, except it can pull you if you're far away, and it can feint. So be careful. Once you hear that feint, dodge. Don't try to parry it. You're not that good. I'm not that good. I can't even do it. So just once you hear the feint, dodge. The rest of it is a parry battle unless it starts spinning like it is doing right now. Just run away and you should beat it. I got pretty low, as you can see. I'm not perfect, but I have yet to fail since I've learned how to beat it. I was just doing pretty bad here. Next is the Sand Golem. The Sand Golem, to me, is the easiest out of all of them. You can dodge all of its attacks unless it does a double swing. The moment you see him swing, block, and you should parry it. You'll understand the timing the more you do it, so if you don't get it the first time, that's okay. You can take a few hits. On to the next one. We have another parry check, but this one starts non-stop the entire time, so like the last one, if you just spam F at a decent pace, you should block everything without a problem. Now for the last trial. you have to do a parry check while also fighting an alpha Sharko. The difference between the alpha Sharko is he has all the same moves as the normal Sharko, except that he can turn invisible the moment you see him appear again. Dodge. Also, make sure to keep him in front of you where he's also getting hit by the parry checks because they will do damage to him. Quick tips for this is prioritize not being kicked by the Sharko over everything. Also prioritize the parry checks over the normal Sharko swings. Don't overthink. You'll take him out much quicker than most of the other enemies. That's basically all you need to know. You're going to need to do the trial multiple times until you can finally get it right. Once you beat it one time, you're pretty much able to do it every other time you try. Good luck. To thank me, subscribe please. If I lose motivation because you didn't subscribe, it's your fault, not mine. I blame my issues on you, not me.